And I'm Bella.
Welcome to the Holy Matrimony Podcast.
This week, we're doing another wrestling episode.
We're talking about Crown Jewel.
And we have a lot to talk about.
We do have a lot to talk about.
But first,
But wait,
please, everyone, follow us on social media. We are on X and Instagram at Holy Matrimony, HOLYMATCHRIMONY. We do release new episodes every other Thursday now. And that's on most of the major podcast players, as well as on YouTube if you would like to watch us. That is the Holy Matrimony Podcast. So youtube.com/@holymatrimony. Same spelling.
Please like, comment, subscribe, rate, review. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what you want to hear from us. Let us know who's right and who's wrong when we have debates. All that great stuff. We want to hear from you. We'd love for you to follow us.
We want your opinions too.
Yes.
This isn't just for our opinions. This is for your opinions as well.
Although it's pretty much just for our opinions, let's face it.
Yeah, but we read it.
We read it. We start reading.
And
we
I know
get a whole bunch.
True. And some of you say, well, but I don't know wrestling. I don't watch it. You don't have to. We'll tell you everything and give us your take.
Yes. It just tells who's right, who's wrong. You know. Or maybe just watch wrestling.
You could do that too.
It's very great.
Right now, don't know. But
wait till like January.
Yeah.
February.
It'll get there again.
Yes.
So, Crown Jewel.
Yes, so let's get into it. You kind of shared a little bit of your thoughts. Let that slip in there.
Yeah, now, first of all, so Crown Jewel, I thought meant a lot to me.
You thought.
Because when I started this wrestling journey last year, Crown Jewel was the first premium live event, pay-per-view, PLE, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
That
you watched.
That I watched for WWE.
Yes.
And it was great. That's one of the reasons that Drew immediately was one of my favorites, because the live show I went to, he did a fantastic promo leading up to Crown Jewel.
Yes.
And then I was like, well, now I have to watch it, because is this guy going to win? And I liked it. And so it held a special place in my heart because it was my first PLE.
Yes, and I remember that one fondly because that was the first one you were actually like wanting to watch with me, and I was like, really? We had other stuff to do, and you're like, no, let's still watch it.
I watched the whole thing.
And I mean, I have a history of this, so I kind of know that sometimes these WWE Saudi shows aren't always the best, and so I knew that like that was a really good Crown Jewel, but maybe let's temper our expectations a little bit.
Yes, so for those who don't know, Crown Jewel is held in, is that one the Riyadh? Saudi Arabia?
I think it was Riyadh this year. I don't know if it's always Riyadh, but this year it was.
Okay, but it's in Saudi Arabia. I believe it was Riyadh.
Yes.
So yeah, I think I got my first taste of why some wrestling fans, maybe a lot of them, especially the online people, don't necessarily like, or they get disappointed by certain things.
Yes.
And I get it.
Yes. So historically, and not saying all, there's been some good ones.
Yeah, the one last year, it got me.
So. Well, and there's just throughout. I mean, I think one of the ones this year, King of the Ring, one of them was in Saudi. So like, there's been some good ones that do well. But historically, these Saudi shows are kind of treated as fun, like outside of storyline shows, or like don't really matter to the big picture storyline shows. I
mean, don't tell them that; they might not like that.
No, I'm just saying. So like, I kind of knew going into this one with the whole Crown Jewel Champions thing.
Yes, and we'll talk about that because there was a lot of opinions.
Yes.
And I think I changed my mind. So.
All right. Well, you go ahead and get right into it. Whatever you want to talk about first.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if necessarily we have to go through each match point by point because I don't know how exciting they all were. I guess. Well, I'm trying to think because I know what my favorite match was, but it also was my least favorite match in a way. But I also know there was a couple MVPs. I guess we could just talk about the Bloodline stuff right away.
Yes.
Because I think that one was kind of surprising for us in general.
One up for your tribal chief.
Which tribal chief?
Your tribal chief.
My tribal chief is the OTC Roman.
My tribal chief is Jacob Fatu.
Oh, I mean, if Jacob Fatu wants to be the tribal chief, I'll have to think about that. Yeah, I guess, I've been saying it for a long time. SmackDown's been kind of disappointing to me. I don't really see the vision. I think they should have waited and really saved up this Bloodline match for War Games, Survivor Series.
Yep.
But they didn't. They put it in the Crown Jewel show. I'm not saying it was a bad match. I think it was unnecessary.
Yes, we're gonna get some version of this at War Games, right? We have to.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna see it again
Mm-hmm.
this time with the other team winning, right? Like let's go through that real quick. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
Solo and Tamatanga and Jacob Fatu won.
Yeah, which I didn't surprise me.
No, the fact that Solo pinned Roman was a little.
But that's what I'm saying. I think they have this all going too fast. Like, I did not want to see Roman and Jacob Fatu in the ring yet go together. I also, this like solo Roman thing, I think they could have built a lot more tension instead of just continuing to have matches.
Yeah.
I kind of get this vision of, at the end, like Roman, like he's clearly lost control as a tribal chief. His family's broken apart. They kind of don't know where they're going. So I guess it, in a way, played into the, well, I'm Roman Reigns and I need to get back.
Yeah, a chief without a tribe, kind of what Jimmy was saying.
Yes, and it was showing
Yes.
because how did Solo and Tonga and I mean Tongaloa wasn't involved, so maybe that's why.
That's why, exactly.
Just kidding, but it. I don't know. I thought it was unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, no, I definitely agree. I think the match itself was good. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a fine match,
Mm-hmm.
but like I saw this somewhere. I think somebody said this online, so I'm not taking credit for that. I saying this, but that it very much seems like a house show match. Which I know you don't know what that means, but like a dark match. How like we went
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
how after SmackDown they have dark matches, and the comment was like it was a dark match except for Jacob Fatu, who was just doing the most he could possibly do.
Yeah, because does he do anything less?
No.
Can he do any less?
No.
I didn't think so.
But like that's what it seemed like. Everybody was just kind of having fun. It didn't seem like
Yes.
they were even taking it as super important.
No.
And then I know your favorite person in the world comes out afterwards.
Oh, Sami Zayn, man.
Yeah.
I'm just so and I know I wasn't here for when Sami Zayn was originally with the Bloodline or whatever. I just don't like him. I don't like the thing. Go Jimmy. Stand strong, Jimmy, on the fact that you don't like him. And he's not family. You're right. He's not. But yeah,
Yeah,
But that didn't sway it for me. It was even going into the match. I'm like, why is this a match at Crown Jewel?
no, and I agree with that. I think that it's weird with this bloodline stuff. I feel like they were just not doing anything for the longest time, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, we got to do everything
Yes.
in the next 2 months."
Yes.
Instead of like, why weren't we doing things slowly
Mm-hmm.
the whole time?
Yeah. And so at this point, I feel like I'm just beating a dead horse with the bloodline stuff, but I think it proved it again. Like I said, it wasn't like a bad match.
No,
I thought it was an unnecessary match once again.
unnecessary is a good word for it. Not bad, just unnecessary.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know what other what other shout out matches you want to talk about.
I mean, we could talk like looking at these. I mean, do you want to talk about Rollins and Bronson? You want to say
Oh
that
yeah,
one?
no, that one's fun. That was probably besides the best match, the second best match.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's 3 good matches on it. I think that was a good match.
Yeah.
I think there's a total three pretty good matches on
Yeah,
the
and I
show.
think that was my second favorite.
Yeah, I like that a lot. We talked off about this, but I'm a little surprised about the outcome. I didn't really think Seth was just gonna win the first match.
I told you he was gonna win, and you didn't believe it. I agree that I think it would have been better if Bronson Reed won for both of them.
Yes.
But I knew it was like his first
Match
PLE
back.
match back. Of course he was gonna win it. But it was good. They gave us a show.
They could give us a shot. And I mean, Bronson still looks strong. I mean, he took 4 curb stomps over 3 or 4 curb stomps. Like he looks strong still. I just wish he would have won it.
Shout out, by the way, because from the beginning, I can't remember if it was at the first live show I went to or if it was like the Raw I watched after.
Uh-huh.
The first time I saw Bronson Reed, I was like, I like that guy.
You did.
I didn't know why, but I liked him. I thought he was better than we were seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And now this like buildup of him being this strong, he's just kind of forcing his way in. I love it, and I saw it. I'm just saying.
You did see it.
I
You saw the vision.
Yeah, and I love it. I think they did exactly what I wanted with him.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I mean, I know we're going to be jumping ahead a little bit, but I think that's fine if you're fine with it too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like it sucks that he lost, but then seeing him like what he did on Monday on Raw,
Yeah.
like that was good, right? Because okay, he may have lost, but he's still like, decently strong. And then on Raw, he just took everybody out at that Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah, because he came for Seth.
Yep.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Just freaking Rollins.
But Damian and Sheamus got involved.
Yes.
Not Dom.
Not Dom. Dom did not. That was the point.
And he took all 3 of them on.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm glad they still are keeping him strong. Just because he lost to Seth doesn't mean that he's falling backwards. No, he's still going to go out there and just do what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Yeah. So, good that it came strong. It was a fun match. It
Yes.
was like exciting. They started before the bell and stuff. I think it was good. Wish he would have won, but It's still good.
Yeah, no, it was a good match. That was probably, do I want to say the most entertaining? No, I just think it was a good one. I really
Yeah.
liked it.
I mean, I think there's gonna be a lot of that though. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, on this show, there's a lot of like, oh, why'd that person win, or why'd they do that thing? Why'd that happen?
Yeah, we'll talk about that one at the end. I,
Yeah.
I know the women's, the what was it,
The Fatal Four
the
Way.
Fatal Four Way of the tag teams. Great moments, I think.
Yeah, there's some really cool moments in there.
I think we have a lot of good wrestlers in there.
Yeah.
I I guess I've talked about this too, like the women's side. I've been confused about leading up to this crown jewel, so I'm getting more why the crown jewel is not sitting well with people. So at least it was a good match.
Well, and the women's tag team stuff wasn't as involved as like the other stuff, right? I think where you're coming, oh sorry, I mean
No, you're good.
Put words in your mouth, but like, are you super invested in any of these teams realistically?
Not really. I'm always for women's tag team. I love Io Sky.
Yes.
And Kari Sane. Love them. So I love to see them. You know, Chelsea Green's my girl. She's hilarious. I think not only is she great in promos, but even in ring, she really plays her character. I love it. I always thought Piper Niven was kind of like, not an underdog, but I don't think people think of her as much.
Almost underrated, yeah.
Yeah, obviously love Jade and Bianca. Unfortunately, because I don't really watch it NXT, I don't really know Metaphor.
And then we don't have Raw SmackDown, so like, I know they've been on there a lot lately, but we don't get the full segments with them in it and stuff, so we haven't seen a lot with them.
Yeah, so with this, I understand why it had good moments, and they're all good wrestlers. I guess I'm just not invested in the storylines or what's going on with it right now.
Right.
And that's just where I'm coming from.
Yeah, no, I see that. I mean, I think, yeah, you're right. Moments, though, like Jade picking up Piper and doing the slam and like the Piper hitting Chelsea thing. So there was some really fun moments in there.
Yeah, once again, it was a good match. I guess this is my whole theme, and you're going to hear me say it probably a few times. I just don't get the point. I felt this way with Bad Blood too. I don't know if they're doing too many PLEs. I don't know if we're just not in a good time for storylines. I'm feeling like a lot of them just don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I see that. Well, and this is off topic kind of, but kind of not. There's a rumor that match was kind of a last minute replacement, and it was supposed to be Rhea versus Raquel.
Oh, but Rhea got hurt, yeah.
So, that can make sense. You're going to throw in a match with...
Well, yeah, because the Rhea Raquel makes sense with the storyline right now.
Yes.
So, yeah, if that's what... That's why I said at least it was good.
Yeah, at least it was a good match for it, yes.
Just didn't... I don't know, just pointless.
Yes, and then I mean, seeing what happened on Raw afterwards, where there's the Battle Royale, and Io won, which is cool because we both like Io. And the way she won was crazy.
Yeah, it was great.
That suplex on the apron, yeah, that was great.
No, yeah, I mean, I expect nothing less from her.
Yes.
She never disappoints, so, yeah, it just was, it was kind of that. I know, so, I want to say, in a way, this next one was the most entertaining, and you'll know why.
Okay.
But I think we just laughed and had more of a good time with the Randy Orton and Kevin Owens match.
Yes.
Now, that one made sense. The build-up to it, they had more, right? This was one of the few, to me, in this crown jewel that, like, it actually made sense with what was going on beforehand. They naturally were going to have a match. Yes. And, of course, that's going to be a pay-per-view or PLE match.
Yes.
So, I thought it was at least entertaining and funny.
Like, there was no match at all. It's kind of crazy. Like, they didn't even ring the bell. Yeah. So, like, that was cool. Leave us wanting more.
Well, and just do something different. Obviously, my favorite part was when Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce came out.
Run out, and then Adam Pearce gets RKO'd.
Yeah, he got RKO'd. I've been saying this, though. So, once again, here I am. I'm going to tell everybody I told you so. Nick Aldis needs to get a hold of his people, okay? He is not managing his people to the point where Randy thought it was acceptable to RKO the Raw general manager. Love it. And
a great moment.
Classic Randy Orton, let's be real.
Yes.
Love it. And it was that's why I think it was like the most entertaining.
Yeah, there's just so much involved. Kevin Owens, all the people out there, he was stunning people. They were just going back and forth. The spot where he jumps off and hits ring, like that was all great.
Well, we have a theory that, since Randy had to go to Triple H for this match, because Nick Aldis said no. And while they're out there messing around, Triple H was like, hey, get out there and handle it.
He's like, I'm not going to.
Yeah, Nick Aldis was like, no. And Adam Pearce was like, yeah, you did it. And then he said, I'm your boss, get out there.
Get out there.
And they both had to go out there.
And Adam Pearce gets RKO'd.
Yeah, so I need to know what Nick Aldis is prepared to do.
I would love to see the backstage of that, the kayfabe backstage of that. You know?
Oh yeah, I would love it.
In the same like video type thing, we saw like CM Punk getting the ref shirt. Like I want to see a backstage video of that.
Yeah, how that? Yeah, of Triple H being like, "Get out there!
Get out there!
I told you!
This.
Yeah, I told you." But
I would love that.
So yeah, that was just fun.
It was fun. Tell me what you think of this though. Do you think that? Because the whole premise was like Triple H was telling Randy Orton, like, I'm protecting you, I'm not protecting Kevin, right? Should he have been a little more vicious? Should Kevin Owens have been a little more vicious?
Oh, 100%.
Like, it wasn't bad. It was good overall. Like, it was fun, but like, he should have just like killed Randy Orton, right?
Yeah, or tried.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to, but yeah, there should have been more.
Yes.
No, I agree.
Like, it wasn't bad, but like.
No, like I said, I think it was one of the better ones of the show. But yeah, I'm seeing that a lot. Especially with SmackDown. It happens on Raw, but especially SmackDown. They like say stuff and build people up, and then there's no follow through.
Yes.
That's 100% how I feel about the Tongans.
Yeah.
They built them up as
dangerous.
Like criminals, and they're literally like bumbling idiots at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, so I want more of the follow through to the words.
Yes. Now, you did say that you're liking Kevin Owens as a heel though, better than you liked him as a face.
Love it.
You see it, right?
I did not understand Kevin Owens. I didn't not like him as much as Sami Zayn. I just didn't get him.
Right.
As a heel, I get it.
It's probably like the only Canadian that could be a heel, right?
Oh, for sure.
But it's also because he thinks he's a good guy.
Yeah, and I love it.
Which most heels do.
I think he also he does it well.
Yes.
So I get it.
Yep.
I'm understanding more.
I feel you. So we'll see. I mean, like I said, good. It was very entertaining. So they're definitely gonna have another match.
That's true. Oh wait, I forgot about a match. Now that I was saying which ones were the best.
I know. I knew you were. As I was gonna wait for.
Well, I still think the one's the best. But which one do you think was like maybe second best, maybe best match? Like match.
The United States Triple Threat match.
Yeah.
Yeah. LA Knight versus Carmelo versus Andrade.
Which I expected nothing less, because I will watch Carmelo and Andrade every day.
Yes.
I didn't know how LA Knight was coming in, but I knew those two. They're great wrestlers.
Yeah, and LA Knight is a serviceable wrestler. He's a personality more than a wrestler, but he wrestles.
I'm waiting for his heel turn. He is not a face. Wait, I'm sorry.
Did you wait? I don't think we talked about it. Did you like his title with the LA Knights on it?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool, huh?
Do you want one?
I mean,
they probably sell it.
Kind of. It's kind of cool.
Donation cup guy still
still empty.
He wants the LA Knight United States champion belt. I know they have it, or they should anyway at some point. But yeah, no, it was just like a good match. I kind of one of those that they did have a build up to it at least.
Yeah, the game 7 as they called it with LA Knight interrupting it, or not interrupting, but being the
messing it up. He's a heel. He's a heel.
He's turned. I mean, I don't know if it actually is, but he seems like he's turning heel to me.
And he should. I will 100% jump on the LA Knight bandwagon if he turns.
Yeah.
I do not like him as a face. He's not. He's just not.
No. Like I said, he held his own in the ring with two really good,
100%.
That was probably one of his. I know he messed up. Like he did that thing, or he jumped on the ring ropes and he messed up a little bit. But that's gonna happen. He's a bigger dude.
Yeah. But and he's in there with those two.
Yeah. So, but he held his own. I thought it was pretty good.
That's what I said. I thought it was a great match.
It was exciting.
I feel like when I see online and people talk about it, I don't feel that Carmelo or Andrade get as much credit as they should.
I feel that.
I don't think people are as hyped about them as good wrestlers.
No, but I think that probably comes down to personality. Like their personality isn't as strong.
But I feel like if they give Carmelo more, he can. Yes. I just don't think he gets a lot of promos and stuff.
No, I agree. And I mean, and I think obviously him and Andrade have great chemistry in the ring. Yes. So their ring work is great, but at the same time he's been stuck in this feud, right? So let him do something. Once he gets out of this feud, he can do something else. Let's see what else he can do with it.
Which I agree. Like I said, I'll watch them wrestle every day.
Right.
They're so good. But yes, I don't think either one are really going to progress or do anything until they move on to a different feud.
Yes.
Or just something different.
Right. And I agree.
And that's why I knew LA Knight was going to win. I knew he was. But it would have been cool if one of the other ones won.
It would have been a great moment. But
I knew.
I mean, he was so popular. He's not losing that right now.
Yeah, of the people in the crowd, by the way, in Saudi Arabia, it was who they like Cody or LA Knight.
Or Jey Uso.
Okay, but everybody likes Jey Uso. No, but clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
There was a lot of LA Knight people.
There was. No, LA Knight is the perfect example of what a US champion should be. You never see him as a real champion.
No, he's pretty
And
good.
even when he loses the US title, he's gonna try to get it back. He seems like the perfect fit for United States champion.
I agree.
That's where he should fit.
But just turn him heel.
Yep.
And
Turn him heel.
I'll be on. I'll get a yeah, sure. I'll start saying it.
Yeah.
I'll start.
Just start.
But not until he switches.
I see that.
I think he is though.
I mean, he's definitely getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. Not saying it.
All right. Let's talk about the women's crown jewel match.
Yeah, we'll do the matches, then we'll talk about what I feel about the crown jewel stuff.
Okay, go for it. Women's win first, bro.
What did you think? Who did you think was gonna win that women's?
Uh,
Like when you thought about it, who did you think?
it made more sense to me to be Nia.
Which I agree. Now, what I said though, and what I thought was, if Nia loses, it's gonna be because of Judgment Day interference.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, they kind of twisted it that it was really more the Tiffany Stratton stuff.
Yes.
And here's the thing, that's fine, because obviously there's this ongoing. Well, when is Tiffany gonna cash in?
Yes.
Whatever. But it's like either don't make her cash in at this point, or just have her cash in. Because now where do we go from here?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like her and I are going to make up this time. No, because she really is part of the reason she lost that.
Right.
It would have made more sense for me if Liv only won because the Judgment Day interfered, not so much the Tiffany Stratton. So, and they were there. Obviously, we saw like the Raquel stuff, but really, when you like look at it, Nia lost because of Tiffany.
Right. Yeah, and I agree. I mean, there was a chance that I thought that Tiffany might have cashed in. I know they're building it up a lot, and usually when they build it up, it means it's not going to happen.
Yes.
But I was like, there's a chance she could. Like, she really could.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if she goes to Raw, like maybe because Rhea's out, like maybe. But yeah, I didn't feel like. I mean, there was a lot of interference,
Mm-hmm.
and then I don't know. It just didn't seem like super exciting to
Well,
me.
how'd you feel about the match itself?
I think it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Liv Morgan and her in ring
Like
work.
wrestling, yeah.
I know people are gonna not like me saying that, but I'm not the biggest fan of hers.
Yeah, but is that what they like about her? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But
So people who like her, I don't think it's because they think she's a great in-ring wrestler.
I've heard some people say that. I just don't think she is, though. I'm sorry.
No. Well, and I like Nia, but I do definitely think she does better with certain people.
Yeah, I think she does better with somebody who's better or who's more experienced, I would probably say.
Yeah, so it doesn't necessarily mean I think she's a terrible wrestler, but she's obviously not great if she's not good with anybody.
Yes.
But I definitely think she's better with certain people, and I just don't know if they worked very well.
No, I agree. I mean, also the matches dynamics are weird because they're both heels, and so like you
Yep.
like you didn't put a face on there to make a face win, and I guess Liv's technically more of a face just because more people like her.
But it's kind of crazy though, and this has nothing to do with WWE. This is like the fandom between Nia and Liv. How is Liv more liked? Because right, she's like to me, female wise, when you think of the storylines, she's the ultimate villain.
Well, yeah, and she's also going against Rhea Ripley, who's the ultimate face. So like
Exactly.
that's like having a Superman and a Lex Luthor, and then you're still gonna cheer for Lex Luthor when he's against somebody else.
Exactly.
Like,
Because
doesn't
also
make
like the
sense.
Dom stuff. So to me, it's just crazy. Now I do also think that is why it was weird. The women's really didn't make sense.
Yes.
Because what were they going to do with it? I've been talking about the build up to it. Didn't make sense. And then, yeah, you have two heels going for the title. So it really didn't matter who won. But I'm really confused.
Yeah, no, I agree. And so it was a little weird, but, Liv won.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it was what it was. Like I said, that one,
Yeah.
to me, going in, I was right with you. I was kind of confused. And, like, I feel like they were doing something to try to get to War Games. And then on Raw, they have this Battle Royale where Io wins. So now, like, is there going to be... I don't know.
I think they might have been building up, but once Rhea got hurt, I think that really messed that up. So we'll see. I guess I want more from, like, the women's side in the sense of, like, storylines. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, and I do think that's some of the things that's hurting, like, the women's side on Raw is that it's wrapped up in this Judgment Day thing. The same thing that, like, the tag titles were and stuff, right? Like, it's... When you wrap too much into one storyline, it makes it feel like... Because, I mean, realistically, who else is there to face Liv now?
Not really, because even if Io goes for it, she doesn't have the backup
No, and...
that Liv has.
What are they? Are they faces? Are they heels? Like, I don't know.
Who, Judgment Day?
No,
Oh, Io.
yeah, damage control. Like,
Damage control, no idea.
right? And then
But now you think of face if they're gonna have this thing going on.
Exactly. And then on SmackDown you have Nia, who's been dealing with this Tiffany Stratton stuff, and she kind of just keeps getting involved with Bayley and Naomi, and it's like, well, who else is there?
Yeah, I want more.
Yeah,
I want a lot. I don't watch NXT the way you do, but I hear it in the background
yes,
while you're watching.
You're there while I'm watching.
I feel like NXT has so much more women's stuff going on.
They do. Well, I mean, everybody has said that NXT has the best women's roster in wrestling.
Yeah. So why can't we get that on Raw? Yeah. I don't understand.
No, and I agree, and that's like, and they're a 2-hour show, and they can do it.
Yeah, and then I feel like with Crown Jewel, it really just messed it up because they wanted to do these championships with the men's and women's, which of course, but the women's wasn't set up to do that. So why did? Yeah, I guess I'm disappointed, and I want more.
Because again, going back to it, you could have had Rhea win the last pay-per-view, or PLE, sorry, Rhea win, and then it's her versus Nia, right? And then you could have had her win, like that. That was set up there to do it.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Me neither. But that goes into
our final match.
Yeah, the main event.
The main event. Which, are you surprised it's the main event? I was a little surprised.
That it was?
Yeah.
That it was the main event?
Yeah, because Roman's here.
Oh, yeah, but no.
When's the last time Roman hasn't main evented a show?
But Cody.
Yeah, but it's Roman
But
Reigns.
it's Cody now.
I know.
Sorry.
I mean, no, here's the thing. I'm happy about it, but I was just super surprised. Probably Gunther's only chance to main event a show.
Well, first of all, that's for this new Crown Jewel belt. Yeah. But it's Cody. I'm sorry. I don't agree with it, but Cody now trumps Roman.
No, I agree. I'm just, Gunther's only ever going to main event this one and the one that's in his home country. That's it.
And he deserves more than that. Okay. I mean, for anybody who knows what happened, I'm assuming you could guess my feelings on the outcome of that match.
So Cody won.
Yeah. Let's talk about the match. So the match itself, the match itself was good.
It was a good match. Yeah. I mean, Gunther can't put on a bad match, and Cody can. I don't think it was Cody's best match either, though.
No.
Like, his AJ Styles match was better.
Oh my gosh, yeah, but that was just a good match. Gunther can't do wrong in my eyes, and I know I'm biased. But I didn't expect anything less from the match. Because I think Gunther's great, and then Cody, even though I'm not on the Cody bandwagon like everybody else, he's a good wrestler. He is. Yeah. So I expected nothing less, and so they didn't disappoint.
Yes.
I think it could have been better.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was bad.
So, question for you. What's better, Gunther Randy or Gunther Cody?
That's tough. Probably Gunther Randy.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think Gunther Randy was better.
Yeah, and I'm kind of biased, though. That's what's hard to say, because I also like Randy Orton a lot.
Yes.
I do think the match itself is better, though.
I agree. I actually really agree. Both times. Yes. So, the match was good. We've gotten to that. Do you want to talk about the finish of the match?
Yeah, I know, because I saw, so, like Will said, Cody won. I know I saw online, because obviously I was not watching wrestling back then, but it was kind of like the way he won. That's how Bret Hart beat Roddy Piper and, like, what was it, WrestleMania 8 or something?
Yeah, for like the Intercontinental title, I think, or whatever it was. Yeah.
So same thing where he goes for the sleeper and then reverses it. And so people were like, that's so cool, because, first of all, Gunther hit out at Bret Hart, and it's just cool, which I can assume, like, being a longtime wrestling fan, it's cool to see big moments like that, like, replay out. So cool, I guess. Cool moment. I'm still shocked as to why he went. Now, before we get into that, though, you could tell me kind of what you thought about how it ended and everything.
Yeah, so I think it's a cool moment, right? Mm-hmm. Cool. Shout out to the Bret Hart thing, right? Mm-hmm. Well, here's the difference to me. Okay, I'm a Cody guy, full through and through.
Yeah, the shirt, the Cody. Oh wait, I don't know where he went, but he is up here. He's somewhere. Okay.
He's right behind me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway.
I also don't think he should have won that. I think Gunther should have won that. We'll get into why in a little bit, but especially the way he did. The difference between Bret Hart and Roddy Piper and Cody and Gunther is Gunther is known as the ring general. He's known as, like, one of the best wrestlers in the world, who's a very technical wrestler, who knows every hold, right? Like, why would he put a sleeper hold on Cody and let him pin him?
And let him pin him
like,
from that.
Just let go of the sleeper hold. You know how to do that. Like, you are the ring general. It's not like Roddy Piper's a bad guy and he was, he's a good wrestler, but he's not. That wasn't his thing. You know what I mean? It'd be like if Chad Gable got beat by a submission. You know what I mean? When he's a submission specialist, like,
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make, or somebody out wrestles him. Like that doesn't make sense.
And I agree because if that, so we're sitting here saying, okay, so Gunther beats Randy Orton,
Mm-hmm.
legend, right?
Yes.
Randy Orton with a sleeper, right?
Yes.
That's how he wins.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm supposed to believe that Cody got one up on him.
And like I get the idea of like, okay, well maybe Cody, he's a student of the game, so he studied the match, so he knows it. But like, yeah, it's just like I don't know. Like, I understand the thought of a surprise victory, so it's where like he's not necessarily better.
He got it,
He
yeah,
got him,
like
but
one up on him.
I to me it just didn't work.
I it, obviously I agree, but I'm biased, so
Yes.
that's why I like hearing from you're a true wrestling fan and you know more about it.
And I'm a Cody fan, and I still think it didn't work.
No, but I mean, and even with that, I do not understand why Cody won. This is where I'm starting to see this this Crown Jewel Saudi stuff. The thing, people obviously are huge Cody Rhodes fans. They just are. But even people online are like, "Oh, I really thought Gunther." Because why would it matter that Cody lost?
No, this is something that he could have lost. It's
Mm-hmm.
not for his title.
Mm-hmm.
He's losing to someone who's one of the best in the world.
Mm-hmm.
He can admit, like, hey, you're really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got beat that day, and he could even say something like, next time we face each other won't happen again, right?
Yes.
And you build up a story to where then they're gonna face each other again eventually. It's gonna have to happen
Mm-hmm.
to where he Cody can beat him one day.
Yeah, because especially with this, we understand why Cody's not losing ever.
Yes.
But this would have been the one time he could have lost. And if anything, it would only enhance. Because now, and we talked about this, now where does Cody have to go? So apparently he's just so great. And the underdog Cody Rhodes is no longer the underdog Cody Rhodes.
Right.
Who, I mean, where do we go from here? Where if he would have lost to Gunther, it could have played both into both their storylines really well. Now Cody has to kind of reflect, like, okay, no, I still have to work at this.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was kind of a wake up call. And then what does it do for Gunther? Oh well, he already thinks he's and knows he's the best. Now he even thinks more, and that can just play more into this heel part of him.
Yes.
Plus maybe his eventual downfall.
Yes.
Now I'm just like, what do we do? Because really, what they're playing up now is, well, Gunther just has to sit there and with Kaiser and say we just have to be better. How is that a better storyline than if Cody would have lost? Like it doesn't make sense.
No, I 100% agree because when you think of like the legacy of Gunther, he's lost to now 4, but it was 3 people. Ilya Dragunov, who
amazing,
understand why, right? Especially at the time. Braun Breaker,
which amazing,
understand why, and Sami Zayn.
Ugh, which I still don't.
Which is still debatable that should have happened, but storyline you get it. Gunther got cocky in that match.
Yeah, it had to happen for Gunther to get to this point.
Right.
So fair.
So, like, now you just add Cody Rhodes for no reason at all that match, right? Like,
for why? Because, and I'm gonna call you out because you can't come get me, and if you do, we know why. Why the Crown Prince wanted Cody to win?
I don't know if that. I think the people wanted Cody to win.
I don't care. I don't care. Sometimes there's an upset. You know, at Clash of the Castle, that's Drew's people. They wanted him to win, and what did they do to him? He didn't win. It doesn't mean you just give in. You have to do what's best for the story. Because that was a huge upset, right?
Yeah.
But it was best for the story.
Oh, 100%. I know. I mean, I agree. And I've said this. You could have had Cody win or Cody lose in a number of different ways. Either just have him get bested, right? Have Kevin Owens attack him.
Which, fine. Still could have worked.
You know, you could have had a backstage segment where, you know, Cody's checking on Randy and Kevin Owens just attacks him. So he goes into the match hurt. So, okay, cool. You beat me and I wasn't at my best. We're going to eventually fight again. I'll be at my best, right? Like,
yes.
That's a great storyline. But at the end, this is Cody Rhodes who beat Seth Rollins three times, beat Brock Lesnar 3 times. Like, the only person Cody's basically lost to, like, for real lost to, is Roman.
Is Roman the first. Yeah.
And it's like, I agree, though. Like, this doesn't elevate Cody at all.
No, if anything, it goes against what we know about Cody and believe. If they were starting a heel turn for him, I totally get it.
100%.
But they are not, and we know that.
No, he sells too much merch for them to... But I agree, because this could be boasting up, oh, look what I've done. Look at all my accomplishments. And start a heel turn.
And start to completely be like, oh, I'm unbeatable. That's a heel turn. But they're not doing it. So I didn't understand why. And I know I'm biased because Gunther's my boy. But we're talking to somebody who Cody's yours.
Yes.
And
I like
even
Cody a
you
lot.
thought it didn't make sense for him to win. It
No,
just didn't.
no, and that's the thing with Gunther. Like, if he would have won, how much more could you have built up for somebody finally to beat him? Look at everything he
Exactly.
accomplished, and then you beat him. Like, that person's the next golden person. You know what I mean? Like, you could have had. I don't even know who you get. Braun Breaker, maybe. Like,
Yeah, eventually.
somebody. You know?
Well, and that'll be the point. Well, it's because he's cocky. But
Yes.
now it's just going to be like, oh, so are you just going to make him look weak now? Like, I'm so confused.
Right. Unless, I mean, and again, they could still salvage the story by making him just tear apart everybody, right? But then, okay, so
hmm
is he gonna tear apart Damian Priest? Is he gonna tear apart Sheamus? Like, who's he? He's just gonna
hmm
go through all these opponents.
Yeah, and I mean, we know how I feel about the Damian Priest winning the number one contender. I've been saying this. Damian was one of my OGs. I don't know what they're doing with him though. And him winning the number one contender makes even less sense. I feel like they're making him weak. They're making him look weak at
Yeah,
least.
because he's not gonna win.
He's not going to win against Gunther.
No.
And if he does, I mean, well, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I watching this for?
No,
It
hundred
doesn't even
percent.
make sense at this point. I've asked for surprises, but not surprises that don't make sense, okay?
No, 100%.
I want good surprises. So, yeah, I'm pretty biased now, unless you still have more to talk about in the match.
No.
What we can talk about is also how much this championship didn't make sense.
Yes. So
I turned.
you liked it at first.
It's not even that I liked it, but I wasn't as harsh as wrestling fans. So what we're talking about, for those of you who don't know, for the Crown Jewel champion, so it was going to be the women's champions going against each other in the men's.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to win a belt,
Yes.
the Crown Jewel
Championship.
championship belt. You and the wrestling fans didn't like it.
Yes, I have a certain reason I don't like it. But wrestling fans in general just didn't like it. Didn't hear a lot of people saying why, like the same reason as me, but I have a very specific reason. But
Yeah, which you guys didn't like it. So first of all, I wasn't as mad because I was like, okay, it'll be cool matches, but except for the women's,
yeah.
it didn't make sense.
But
So
the concept of it you kind of like though.
the concept made sense. It's cool having the two champions go against each other for something that kind of doesn't matter because their belts aren't on the line, right?
Right.
But the other thing was the belt.
Yes.
Like you and some people didn't like the fact that it was a belt. It wasn't a trophy. It wasn't what it was a belt, and I stuck up for it.
Yeah.
Then not only does Cody win, but here comes Triple H giving him the belt. Here comes Liv holding the belts up, and what do we get told by? I can't even remember who it was. Michael, Corey, somebody that the belts are staying in Saudi because they have like a WWE experience.
Yep.
Which I mean, cool, right?
Yeah.
And they're gonna get a ring, like a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
What was the point of the belt then? Now I turned and I understand. I was trying to defend it. What was the point of the belt if they don't even get to come home with it and hold a belt up?
And I told you that. I didn't tell you that. I said we're not going to see this belt past Crown Jewel.
Which that's
and I said the odds of us ever seeing it again are low.
Mhm.
Maybe they do next year, but probably not.
Mhm.
Right? Cool. Did we talk about this last time as to why I don't like that it was a belt or no?
I don't think so. No.
And I don't see a lot of people sharing my opinion on this, but in my opinion, in wrestling, belts should be defended.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't something you defend, right? So Cody wins it.
Yep.
I mean, there's a chance he's still champion, but like, let's say hypothetically they do it next year and he's not champion. He's not defending the belt.
Yeah, it's just two new
Right?
people. Mm-hmm.
This should be a trophy or a cup
Mhm.
or something like the
Good.
Stanley Cup.
Uh-huh.
Where you win it, you don't defend it. You might win it again, but you don't defend it.
Or if they were going to give him a ring, just do the ring.
Yes.
I mean, I told you how I felt about the ring. I think that's dumb too. But just do that. So why were you going to make a belt just for them not to have the belt anyway? So your logic makes total sense to me. But I was trying to be nice and defend it. And then what did they do? Oh, you just told me it was pointless anyway. So
Yes.
now, to me, you messed up the women's division completely for no reason. Made it not make sense for weeks. For what? Nothing. And then you had the perfect opportunity, this Gunther Cody match. Not only did you just not do it as well as, it's not just me being biased, a lot of people didn't think.
Yes.
But also for what? For Cody to have a ring?
100%.
I'm just so confused.
100%. I told you it's the reverse reason, but the same reason like on NXT I don't like the Heritage Cup. I like the concept of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that it's a cup. I mean, it's not as big of a deal to me because it's lower scale, smaller. But same reason. I think wrestling you're gonna defend something, it should be belts. Like that's what it should be.
Yeah, if it's defended, and I get that. It's a belt.
Because who defends a trophy? You don't defend a trophy. You don't defend a cup. You
No.
win them.
Yeah, because even like in hockey, the Stanley Cup, like, they win, but then obviously next season it's back up for grabs. Now their name goes on it, or their
Right.
team and everything. But yeah, it's not. So like they're defending it in the way that they're always trying to win every season, but not
Yes.
in the sense of like somebody has to take this off me.
Yes, it's not you win the Stanley Cup and then you lose your first game of the next season and
And
you
somebody
lost the
takes
cup.
it. Yeah.
No, you just keep playing until you win.
Yeah. But we talked about this with football. So, because even the ring thing was so dumb to me. It makes more sense in the belt, but what did I say about NFL, like Super Bowl rings? Well, that's not the ring. They don't get it. They get it because they win, right? But they don't get it, so the next people have to come get it from. That's what they get as a symbol that they won.
Yes.
That ring is never on the line. It's like nothing, and I guess that kind of is what this was. But the difference, though, to me, wrestling is entertainment.
Yes.
Okay? Sorry for anybody out there who doesn't believe. It is. It's entertainment.
Yes.
NFL's not entertainment. Yes, it is.
It is, but
like, it's a sport, right?
It's not scripted entertainment.
Yes, it's not scripted. It's not in that way. So their Super Bowl rings don't get shown off, right? So when Tom Brady won his last Super Bowl, the next season he went in, he doesn't walk out on field with a Super Bowl ring.
Where you can get thrown his touchdowns with it.
No. For wrestling, somebody wins something, and what do? They show it off. How do you show off a ring on camera as well as you would show off a belt or a trophy?
Yeah, and there's been some wrestling promotions that have done it before, and they've done it okay. I still don't think it's great, but they can do it. It still makes more sense than a belt.
And I agree with that. I just also think I just realized, and everybody was right, this whole Crown Jewel thing just didn't make sense. The championship thing didn't make sense.
And maybe again, I have some experience with this because like the first one they ever did with this was the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi, and that winner won a belt, and we never saw the belt again after the pay-per-view.
Did they keep it again too, or did that person get to take the belt home?
That one they got to take home.
Oh, okay.
I think that was Braun Strowman won it, but we've never seen it since then. Like he's never run out, never been anywhere. Yeah. It's probably in a storage box somewhere. Like let's be real.
Yeah.
So like that's where I felt like that's what's gonna happen with this too.
And it totally is based on what happened. I agree with you and everybody online. Wrestling fans that it's not coming back. We're not going to see it again.
No, because I'm not a person that hated even the look of the belt. Like it was tall, it was big, it was kind of dumb, but it didn't look like.
Didn't look good on Cody.
It looked prestigious at least.
It did.
Like that was cool.
Like who? Gunther. That belt was made for Gunther, and they really put that on Cody.
They did.
Like, what are we doing?
Yes.
I mean, Liv too. The belt was taller than Liv.
Yeah, she couldn't pick the thing up just about.
It covered her whole body, but whatever, it's fine. Once again, it would have looked better on Nia. I know that that's not what wrestling's about, but to me, who looks better in the belt?
Kind of.
But also, Gunther deserves that belt.
Yeah, I agree with that. So overall, not our favorite PLE.
No, I mean, because we talked about Bad Blood. Which one do you think was better, Crown Jewel or Bad Blood? You said, "Oh, I wasn't ready for that."
Wasn't ready for that. I honestly kind of already forgot Bad Blood. So I guess Crown Jewel technically, but
well, we'll ask the next time, and we'll see which one you remember less.
Yes,
and that'll tell you which one.
Yes, but like Bad Blood was also kind of not memorable for me.
No, and I agree.
So
once again, it had good matches, good wrestlers, but just both of these pointless. I cannot wait. Cannot wait till the road to WrestleMania. I think we're gonna get picked back up.
I agree with that. Real quick though, I do think maybe Bad Blood might have been better because they had the Gunther telling off Goldberg segment.
that was good. That was good.
But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, Survivor Series should hopefully be good because it'll be at least a War Games match or two. Then once we get onto the road to WrestleMania, we should start seeing some stuff pick up. So hopefully
we better. Triple H, Paul,
and then maybe we'll start seeing some stuff. Hunter.
All your names.
Yeah. Terra Rising.
Oh, is that his name too?
Yeah.
I didn't like that one as much.
I was like one of his first names, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it's not as good.
Like Terra Rising?
Like Terra or Terror Rising?
It's Terra Rising.
That'd be great for a female, like Terra.
Yeah, it was in like the early 90s.
No, but like now that I think about it, that's pretty clever.
Yeah.
We can't do that now.
They could still do it again. As an homage. As an homage.
A homage.
Homage.
I like Triple H the best though.
I like Paul Levesque.
Well, now that he's like the boss.
The boss.
Now he's Paul.
I just like Hunter. Just Hunter.
Okay, Hunter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, when he's in trouble, he's Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah, figure it out, Hunter. It better be a good road to WrestleMania.
Well, Bella, we watched a couple PLEs.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see how this road to WrestleMania still goes.
I agree.
But through all that, I still love wrestling.
I know.